Hello, we are live. Hello, everybody. It's good to be back. Episode 15. It's sort of a milestone, I guess. It's exciting. And we're back to the Monday schedule, which is cool. So, yeah, we're back on schedule. And today I have a returning YouTuber. It's technically his third time on because he gate crashed one, but it's his second time coming back on. I can see him nodding. And I'll bring him in. That is, of course, Mr. Magpie Movies. Hello.
Good evening, everybody. We are live again. I think people are going to be sick of me this week because I was yesterday and I'm here tonight, and then I've got one on Wednesday. So yes, I'm not gate crashing this time. This is my official invite for part 2.
Yes, I'm pleased you're here because I could sort of saw that you were on late last night and thought, you might be a bit tired today. So
no, I'm good. I'm good. No, it was a bit of a late one. It was supposed going to be 2 hours last night, but it ended up being 3. I think I was more concerned about us than opposed to our guest Preston. But no, it was longer than I expected, but no, it's good. And I'm glad to, as I always say when I come on your channel, good to just sit back and not have to touch any buttons, not use a mouse, just do absolutely nothing.
That's
so
it.
It's all good.
We're getting a bit of a history now of just chatting away on here. We have some very good chat streams. Yeah. Well, Paul's not going to talk. He's just going to sit here and nod. We'll
just do yes or no answers. I'm happy with that one.
Well, we'll crack on with some questions. Of course, got some people just saying hello, Joe. Did you like The Conjuring 3? I mean, I'm a bit hesitant to say because I filmed my review and it's already uploaded. It's just scheduled to appear tomorrow. I think at 3 o'clock. I said it for 3 or half 3. Have you seen The Conjuring 3?
I haven't seen any of the Conjuring movies.
Oh
no! Although I have started The Conjuring 1, and then it's then been put on the back burner. But I think I started watching it, and then I got the 2 Sherlocks in 4K, and then they took priority. But yeah, I mean, I own them all digitally, apart from is it Annabelle Comes Home is the most recent one, or is it Creation?
Comes Home's the last one, yeah.
So that's the one I don't have digitally. Every other ones I've got. So with regards to the third one, I have it digitally.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, I've got it. And I'm guessing it could be the same for you. But yeah, so I'll watch it in time. I want to watch them all first,
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen them all. I still haven't seen The Last Annabelle Comes Home. I haven't seen The Nun or The Curse of La Llorona or whatever it's called. The first 2 Conjurings are really good, though. I actually really do like those 2 films, although they scared the crap out of me. But they were good.
Yeah. The second one's based in England, isn't it? Because it's the Enfield case.
Only 10 minutes away from me. I'm only 10 minutes away from it. It's so weird. Me and my mates keep saying we're going to drive past it, but we're all nervous.
Because there's people living in that house now, I think.
Someone owns it. I don't know if anyone lives there. They might. I'm not sure, but I am. We are going to drive past it at some point. We actually were going to drive past it after we saw the third one, but Have you been giving my link out?
No. What are you on about? What are you talking about?
Well, I feel like I've got to bring him in. I can't just leave him there.
What's going on now?
Hello, Rob.
Hello. How you doing?
Whoa.
What's going on
Stop
there?
stalking me.
I'm a stalker. That's what I do.
Well, this is a
Yo.
surprise. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing this evening?
I just come back from the Mighty Humph with some purchases.
Oh wow, you've bought the set there.
Yes. Jason's fault.
Jason.
I've got to say, I've actually been buzzing to get the new one, so I was quite excited to get it today.
Yes, okay.
I think we've all got it anyway. Got the steelbook in the background.
Yeah,
Fantastic unboxing you did earlier.
I got to say, what is you, Rob? Because isn't there like some exclusive ones? Didn't like you can get like an exclusive one on the HBO website?
There's a Warner Brothers. Yeah. Jamie got that one. Yeah. I just wanted
a pound
to
that image, isn't it? It's like you see them left and right, where this one's, I think, more of a close up of just both of the beasts.
That cover.
That's on the back of the steelbook album.
Yeah. The steelbook got the best artwork, I still think, but I'm not a steelbook collector, so I didn't get it.
It's just the spines are issue. If you look at King of Monsters, it should have been a black spine. I think would have been better.
Yeah, I agree.
To be fair, the film could have been better.
Yeah.
But at least it looks good. And if you buy 4K, that's what you want.
Exactly. Yeah, it's I don't know how to feel about King of Monsters still. It's exciting to see like Mothra and Ghidorah, like, you know, get like the full Hollywood treatment, but it annoys me when I'm watching it. Every time they go to fight, they just cut to the humans, and it's so frustrating.
Exactly.
But
right, Rob. Anyway, we were answering a question, so will you stop gate crashing and allow James to host his show, please?
It's your fault, mate.
What did you think of the Conjuring films, Rob?
They're okay. You know, for me, Conjuring and Insidious come out at very similar times.
Yeah.
I can appreciate them. I think they've gone on a bit too much. People love the second one, and I thought the Cockney voice is really annoying of the ghost in it. And
well, the old guy who sits in the chair.
I couldn't take it seriously. It's Midsummer levels for me.
Oh really? Oh, see, I quite like the second one. I must admit, but I haven't moved on to some of the other, because the two that are apparently awful I haven't watched yet. I haven't watched The Nun or The Curse of La Llorona, if that's how you say it. I've heard they're pretty piss poor films. So,
knocking them out every year. They're knocking out another one, aren't they? So
yeah. Well, hey, hopefully the next one. I don't even know what the next one's going to be after this. Conjuring 4. Are they going to go back to another Annabelle?
Depends what film
it's
going to be.
Annabelle versus Chucky, wouldn't they? Probably.
The only thing I would think of, but I don't think the Warrens investigated, was the Amityville Horror. I don't think they investigated that, because that could be a way of bringing Amityville into it. But I don't think they investigated that. But it all depends on the case files of the Warrens, really, doesn't it? What they've got.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
They have a tape turn up, and it's the Ring.
That would be cool, actually. I'd like to see that movie. I keep wanting to see The Crooked Man, because they sort of teased him in the second one, and they weren't apparently going to do a film on him, but it has yet to actually go into production. So we've got another question. Have you seen The Hulk 2003? If so, what are your thoughts?
Is that the Ang Lee one?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. Yeah, I saw this, but it was so long ago. I can barely remember it.
I went to the cinema to see it. I enjoyed it. I prefer the new one with Edward Norton, but at the time I enjoyed it because you didn't know any better. Because at the time it was the only one that was in. The only problem I've got with it is it's too long. Yeah, that's the only problem I've got with it. But I do like the fact that. But I don't mind it. It's just, it's all right. I like how they've got to zoom in when no one get angry and you go straight into his eye and you can see all the the molecules exploding. I like all that kind of stuff. And it goes into his background with his dad. But the ending and the length of it is just too long. That's all.
Three things bother me. One's done quite well when they've done all the pan out with the comic sets. They've done they're jumping from scene to scene. That was cool.
Yeah.
They made the Hulk far too green. It was ridiculously green.
Yeah.
And the massive poodles.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Wasn't that like a cabin or something? Was that the cabin? Wasn't he hiding out at the cabin and came and attacked him at the cabin when he was?
I just remember three giant dogs, so it was not right. It's enjoyable. You know, it was overly long, but it's good for what it is, barring the poodles.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Although I do agree that I prefer the Edward Norton one out of the two. Godfather 1 or 2?
1.
I think I got 1. Yeah. Well, I can't lie. I'm not the biggest Godfather fan. I sort of watched them, and I think I had them built up to be like the quote unquote the greatest movies ever. I sort of watched them and went, oh no, I liked them, but I don't think I'd say they're my favourite movies.
No,
I think that's the issue. It's just when you watch them. You know, if you watch them back in the day, it's different to watching them now. You know, I've watched films when I was a kid that I loved, and they're complete shit now. Do you know what I mean? So it's when you watch them, and there is I'm not saying there's better films than The Godfather, but it's better produced, better looking films potentially than that. They've done things better, but there's good fond memories of the old films.
Yeah.
I still need to see the re-release of the third one.
I'm just not sure I could sit through another cut of the third one. I did not like the third film very much.
It's not the best.
Didn't it come out the same year as Batman, 1989? Is that right?
Ooh, yeah, it was late, wasn't it? Compared to the other two. The other two were only like 5 years apart, weren't they, I think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'll just always remember that one in Batman, 1989. I don't know whether it's the same year or not. I could be wrong.
Do you like South Park? Are you guys South Park fans?
Used to be. When it first came out and it was out on Channel 4, and then I used to have a T-shirt like, oh my God, they killed Kenny. But I think I don't watch it now because I don't know. I think it was before I went to uni, so it would have been what not too long ago. It first came out. It was like 10:30 or 10 o'clock on Channel 4 on a Friday night. I used to come out. I used to look forward to watching it. But yeah, then I just never watched it really. It was just, I think it was like for me it was like a fad. To me, it's like the Nintendo Wii. You get it, Wii, you can do this with it. And after a while, you go, oh, okay, I'll move on to something else. And he goes and collects dust. Don't get me wrong, I like it. I like South Park. I'd sit down and watch an episode, but I wouldn't say that. So the question is, do you like South Park? Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to end
there. It's stayed consistent for many years. You know, I'll watch it occasionally if it's on. Unlike The Simpsons, Family Guy, you know, Simpsons, they need to end The Simpsons. It's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
But I think the last South Park I watched was the Black Friday one, which was probably about 20 seasons ago, which I thought was very good. But it's stayed topical. I think they've done a COVID episode as well recently. So it stayed quite topical where other shows have kind of outlived their welcome.
Yeah, I do hear a lot of people like The Simpsons saying it's time to call that one a day. I hear that a lot.
I did go to the cinema, I think, to see the film as well. So I did.
Yeah.
So that's just showing my age, really. I was clearly like 2 years. I was 2 years old when I went to see that.
Getting there at 2 to see that film.
Yeah, I snuck in. Yeah.
I remember seeing it when it first came out of the cinema, not knowing they was going to uncensor all the swearing. And when we sat down and they played the Uncle Effer song, I should swear anyway, but just crying for the whole film.
Yeah.
Just couldn't believe it. It was really funny. And then the episodes after that, I think they kept the swearing in, didn't they?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched South Park in years. I can't lie. It used to be a popular thing when I was at secondary school. Me and my mates would have sleepovers. It'd always just be something that goes on then. That or American Dad or something like that. Even though I'm not a huge fan of those animated shows, to be honest, but they'd always go on.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so who are 2 actors that you constantly get mixed up? So he's given an example of like Zoe Saldana, Gina Rodriguez, and Rosario Dawson. I'm trying to think.
Mine was always Morgan Freeman and Lawrence Fishburne.
Not Samuel L. Jackson and Lawrence Fishburne.
No. I used to always get the other 2 mixed up all the time.
See, with me, I don't get them mixed up when I look at them. But getting the right surname is Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds. Obviously, you know,
Oh,
I know,
yeah.
but purely because of their surnames. You know, I know who they are, but like, oh, I'm trying to. No, it's not. It's this one. Just, I think the only thing I have problems with, not actors, is just trying to say Gyllenhaal or Gyllenhaal, and that's it. I don't get them mixed up. Just trying to pronounce the surnames, really.
Yeah, I'm actually, funny enough, I'd say I'm the same. I don't know if there's anyone looks wise that I get mixed up, but surnames I'll always accidentally say wrong for actors. Like the Ryans, it's a really good example. I do that a lot as well.
Yeah, is it
What
Gotham?
about Waheem Phoenix? What about Phoenix? Or is it Waheem? Waheem? How do you pronounce his name?
I always get
I've
laughed at. I say it like
Waheem.
Waheem. But what is it? Isn't it like Bowie? People say Bowie. Some people say Bowie. Sort of the same thing, I guess, as that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Back to Godzilla. It's like Ghidorah. It's Ghidra or Ghidorah.
Yeah.
It's many different pronouncing.
So weird, 'cause even in the film sometimes like they sort of pronounce it differently. It's like, guys, come on, make up your mind.
Yep.
We're listening to you for the pronunciation here.
Is it Raya and the Last Dragon or Raya and the Last Dragon?
Yeah, same thing. I've heard people say both.
Yeah, exactly. Is it Aldi or Aldi? Or is it Primark? It is Primark, but if people say Primark, I will slap them. It's Primark.
I haven't heard Primark before.
So, yeah, I want the Primark. I'm like, well, where's that? Oh, you mean Primark? Dickhead.
So when I still remember watching, I think it was Graham Norton or something. So, like there was an American guy in like one of the red chairs, and he tried to say Debenhams, and he said it so weirdly. I can't remember how he said it. It was like Debenhams, and it's like, why are you saying the A so strong?
Ridiculous. American. Oh, actually, I should say fucking Americans. I love Americans. Yeah, yeah.
They're the best.
So
Yeah.
they won't be watching this. They won't be watching. Did you watch Mortal Kombat Annihilation? I haven't seen that one yet. That's the only Mortal Kombat film I haven't seen. But I know there's a big Mortal Kombat fan here with us. So
Hello. Yes, no.
I gotta say, the 90s one, I had a blast watching that. That was so fun.
It's Annihilation is shit, but I see it in the cinema. When I see it as a child, I really enjoyed it. Like I say, in all the streams where it's mentioned, back in the day when these two films are made, there was only 2 games to go on, so there wasn't really much mythology there.
Yeah.
Now we're 11 games in with so much content. There's so much they can do with this series. You know, hopefully it goes in the right direction. This is a starting point for the newer one. But yeah, Annihilation has got some terrible CGI. It's just a fun.
That, because it was almost like they had the success from the 95 one, and they must have went, all right, well, quickly we'll make another one. We'll get all these other characters in it. But I just don't understand on the back of the first one's kind of popularity. They then went and completely ballsed it up.
It costs more money. They cost more money to make the second one. I think.
But it looks worse.
It does. Yeah, I think the producer of the first one was a director of the second one, or the cameraman of the first one was a director. They just promoted everyone from the first film, barring the director, to make the second one. And it's got some fun moments, but it's balls.
Yeah.
But definitely watch it.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm going to, because there's only 3, isn't there? I think, or is there something? Is in
Legacy, and there's a TV show as well.
There's some TV shows and stuff, and animation, and there's a lot that there's good content to have there, but there's an awful lot of backstory, and that's why people hated the new one, because they had so much potential, and they just brought a new character in, and it didn't work for a lot of people. But I can see what's going on behind the scenes. Like there's so much they could do with it, so I'm seeing it as more of a fanboy. That's
the thing. I've heard a lot of people say that the next one should be a lot better. That's what I've heard, that it will hopefully pick up a bit, which is good. I didn't hate the new one. I wasn't much of a fan. It was just one of those films that was okay for me. But I do want to see more, because very, very fun film.
I think for me, Phil, the newest one it's an awesome Mortal Kombat movie, but it's just a slightly above average film. That's how I would probably see it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. No, I do hope we see another one, to be fair, because it sounds like we're just sort of getting going.
Oh yeah, it'll be awesome, man.
Well, keeping in themes with video games, what's your all-time favourite video game?
GoldenEye. Nintendo 64 GoldenEye.
Oh, right. I haven't had... Did that come out on PlayStation 2? I really rings the bell.
N64.
Oh,
they did do a PS2 GoldenEye game, nothing like the original, and it was about a man with a golden eye.
Oh,
It was ridiculous. It was so bad. But the N64 one is good.
Confused with.
Yeah, it's the only reason I bought an N64. I've still got it upstairs in the loft, and I've still got GoldenEye in the N64 box and everything. And no, Rob, you can't have it. That's upstairs. I would, from my point of view, answering this question quickly, is the original Street Fighter 2 on SNES, Modern Warfare 2, the first one on PlayStation 3, and then GoldenEye on the N64.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That would be mine.
Yeah.
For me, there's many games for me. Many games. I could say Mortal Kombat. I could say Mario. But the game series that changed me as a gamer was Mass Effect. And I've got Mass Effect tattoos all down my arm. It's a franchise that was so good, and the third one's not the best, but the paths intertwine. The stories is phenomenal. I think it's one of the best gaming trilogies ever made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, for me, I don't really. I always feel like I've got to go with my roots and say something like the original Battlefront 2 or maybe Mario Kart, just growing up on those games. But I did love the new Red Dead Redemption 2. I thought that was a really fun game.
Yeah, I'll give credit to Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation was the first game of that kind of ilk and genre that I finished. Everything else, I just don't sit down. I sat down and I finished that game, and I loved it. And we still haven't got a sequel yet.
It's a game with no action. It's no action at all. It's just a hiding simulation, but it's amazing.
I got about an hour in, shat myself. I was like, nah, I can't do it. I couldn't hack it.
But it does leave it open at the end for a sequel.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. I'd like a really good Alien versus Predator game, a new one, because I remember
there's one coming, isn't there? There is a new one coming. There's a third-person Colonial Marine coming out, better than the last Clone Marines, which I think's got Predators in as well. I think the trailer was at E3, or they're showing it this year.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. I'll probably get that then. To be fair. Has anyone here seen Speed 2? I haven't. I'm a little bit nervous to go near it because I love the first one.
Well,
this is bad.
Cruise control.
I don't. I know it gets a lot. It's not as good as the first. It gets a lot here. I don't mind it, but it's not very good. I remember going to, I think it was Canada. No, America. I can't remember. But I've got the Region 1 DVD downstairs and a double box set with it. Yeah, I mean, did it come out? Would it have been 98? It came out 97, 1999. I think I must have seen it when it came out to rent. I think at Blockbuster. I think that's when I watched it. So I love how the end of that is yet. Yet.
Yeah.
I've seen it like 20 odd years ago. So,
I'm not sure I'm ever going to watch it, to be honest. I don't want it to taint my opinions of the original.
I think there was a lot of films back in the day where they were riding on the original, just like Under Siege. Not the best of films, Seagal's film. They've done a second one for that, Speed 2. It really is the same film on a boat, but not as good without Keanu Reeves.
And it's also got the captain of the ship is Jango Fett, isn't it? Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? That's it. Yeah. I like him. To be fair, he's a good actor.
And the worst box art, it's in the box. It's like the biggest fucking boat you've ever seen. The little person. It's so bad. 2 is bad.
It's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable hour and a half.
It's not at all. Lying.
This is an interesting question. It says, who do you think is more overrated, or do you think either of them are overrated? Hugh Jackman as Wolverine or Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man?
I wouldn't say either of them are overrated. I think Hugh Jackman he's the first. Isn't he the first actor to play Wolverine, isn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah. And Tobey Maguire, he was the first one who properly brought Spider-Man to the big screen. So, and that was a massive movie at the time as well. I know we've had multiple sequels, but I don't think they're overrated. I mean, to be fair, with Spider-Man 3 as well, if you take the dance scene out of that, it's not a bad movie.
No, I actually stick up Spider-Man for a bit. It's the bits that are bad are actually funny bad, so I don't mind it. It's like I'm sitting there like, what are they thinking? I don't like boring bad films. Like when a film's bad and it's just boring, I don't want to be watching it. That's when it's like, that's when it's depressing almost. But with like the Spider-Man dancing, it's like, this is bad, but it's entertaining.
I don't get the hate for Spider-Man 3 personally. I like them all. I actually prefer the first one to the second one though. Although everyone obviously thinks the second one's good, and it is really good, but I still prefer the first one because to me, that was the first one.
I'd take Spider-Man 3 over both Amazing Spider-Man films, I'll say that.
I like them all. I don't mind any of them.
I'm really not a fan of the Amazing Spider-Mans. I can't lie, but
I think the main problem with the Amazing Spider-Mans was Andrew Garfield. You couldn't, because obviously Peter Parker's supposed to be this like geeky kid. You couldn't really see Andrew Garfield as that because he was a bit too cocky in them films. If we're back to the question with Jackman, I don't think Hugh Jackman's overrated. I believe him as Wolverine, they should have recast a lot sooner to let him get onto a point where he's the only one that can play him. And he's too old to play him now. They should have maybe a few films back, like when he appeared in the new X-Men films, is get a younger person to maybe, get you talking about a new Wolverine rather than leave it so late now that you only see him as Wolverine.
Yeah, I really like both of them in the roles, and I love what both of them have done for each character. But I don't think either of them are actually very comic book accurate. I don't really think Tobey Maguire screams Spider-Man to me, like in terms of his personality. I think Tom Holland's got that down a lot more. And Wolverine in the comics is like a little guy that pounces on people, whereas Hugh Jackman's this huge built-up bloke.
So Tom Hardy, perfect.
Yeah, I actually was saying when Disney bought Fox that Tom Hardy would be a good pick, and then they cast him as Venom, and it was like, okay.
Well, with Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and Rob might agree with me on this, and I know we're kind of going off on a tangent here. If you look at Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, and you look at the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, they are all standalone Spider-Man films with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. With Far From Home, as well as Homecoming, you've got Iron Man, and you've got you've got another Marvel character.
Yeah, it's all Iron Man plot.
And then Far From Home, you've got Samuel Jackson and S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers. You don't have an Andrew Garfield standalone, no Avengers, S.H.I.E.L.D., nothing like that. Whereas the other ones were, and that's why I think I always go back to that, because it is a purely Spider-Man, and that's it.
See, I sort of agree with Far From Home. I wish there wasn't so much involvement from other characters. I didn't mind it with Homecoming because it's the first time he was sort of like, he's allowed to interact with others. I didn't mind it with that one, but I must admit, Far From Home, I was like, we're doing this again? We're doing the old Iron Man problems again?
He always had backup, didn't he? Like with back to again, Tobey Maguire, you could feel him, his pain. He was on his own. It was just him. No one could know what was going on. It was him against these people. It was him on his own. And there was fear there. Is he going to survive his film? He's going to. But how's he going to get through this? How's he going to save this person? It's like he generally felt for the character.
Yeah.
So although there's been two Tom Holland Spider-Man, I don't think they're, in my view, a standalone Tom Holland Spider-Man. So
yeah, that's fair.
With regards to the new one that's coming out, we don't really know what's. Again, it might not be standalone because there'll be possibly other ones in the multiverse, and we don't know what's going to go on. So again, it's still not technically, probably because we're at that stage now in the cinematic universe where the Spider-Man standalone films are no longer there. Because if you look at it, Iron Man, first one, standalone. Thor, standalone. Guardians 1, standalone. There's no other interactions. But you never had that with Spider-Man.
It could be potentially because we had the license so late. It's like the Black Widow one that's coming out, the standalone. If we, like Captain Marvel, for example, if we had these films at the beginning of the MCU, a standalone individual, maybe you can't do a standalone Spider-Man film now because so much built up of the others, it wouldn't work.
The only thing they could do is an origin story, which they haven't done, but that's been done so many times.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go after this film. I think because obviously his contract ends, and Sony might want to take him back. So I know they had their little fallout last year, so it'll be interesting after this, I think. Next question: what are you going to see next in the cinema?
Ghostbusters or Candyman for me.
Good choices. I'm looking forward to them.
What's the newest ones? What's the newest ones that are coming out next, as in soonest?
Space Jam, or was that just digital?
I think that will go cinema, I reckon now. Because I know Luca is next weekend, but I think that is just Disney Plus, that one.
Yeah. You can tell all the animators at Disney are all like basically home working, can't you? Because we've had Soul, we had Raya, we've got this one. They're all just chucking them out.
I feel so sorry for the Pixar team. All of their last 3 movies have been chucked on Disney Plus for free. I feel so bad. You can tell they worked hard on Soul, especially. But
it's the best Pixar film for me.
It's up there for me. It really is. It's a really great film. I loved it. But I think the next one for me, actually, and you've already seen it, Rob, and I know you're not a fan. I think it's Fast and Furious 9 for me next. But I'll say this about it. I'm so excited to see it because I'm seeing it in IMAX, and they're showing a prologue to Jurassic World Dominion before.
Have you seen that yet?
I haven't seen the Jurassic Park thing. I'm going to wait to see it on the IMAX screen.
It's on YouTube. Definitely, it's worth seeing for that. But is Fast and Furious going to be known for the film where you watch that trailer? Look at when I think Phantom Menace come out. The trailer for that was before another film, and people went to see the trailer and then left.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, it was it happened to me because it was a trailer before The Matrix. Because that came on and The Matrix came on, and that's why I'm not the biggest fan of The Matrix. I think it's purely. I mean, I like The Matrix, but I think because before I went to see The Matrix, the trailer for Star Wars Episode 1 was on, and I was like, oh, lads, love it.
Yeah.
And The Matrix came on, I'm just like, you have your hype up, and then you go, oh no, it's Matrix. Even though you've obviously wanted to go into The Matrix.
I mean, I was going to go see Fast Furious 9 either way, just like a review on my channel. Me and Ryan are going to do a podcast episode on it. But I genuinely am more excited for the Jurassic World prologue that's going to come on before.
I really want to see your review. I want to see your review of it, but I'm annoyed that they're going to make money if because of this Jurassic Park thing. It's going to make tons and that's going to piss me off. There'll be another 14,000 films.
Well, there's a lot of word going around already that the film's crap. So I think they've probably seen that and they've gone, oh shit, let's chuck something on the front.
and the worst thing they did, obviously, the newest trailer, but the reveal of Dom's dad, I think, in the trailer, that was a bit I enjoyed of the film. And then they showed that in the trailer. You wouldn't have known that if you didn't see the trailer.
No.
You know what I mean? It's just they're milking it now. Just release it.
I'm going to say, for me, probably Halloween Kills, Afterlife, Black Widow. I think that's about it, really, isn't it? There's no other kind of big ones coming. Oh, Time to Die.
You've got all the stuff like Dune. What about Dune or like Matrix?
Is Dune definitely coming out this year? Is it? Well,
it's late this year.
I'll probably do them in next screening of that because I really want to see it.
I've got my limit card, so I genuinely go to most films now. Like me and my mates, I just bought the first Hitman Bodyguard film, whatever it's Bodyguard, something like that. So I'm going to watch that this week. So I'm going to see the new one next week.
Seen that one. I have not seen the first one.
It looks good. I love Sam Jackson and Ryan Reynolds, so I'm well up for it. To be fair, should be a good film, hopefully.
So that's not made by Netflix like the first one was, then?
No, well, it's in cinema, so I'm not sure who makes it.
I think the first one was a Netflix-made film.
Oh, was it? I've got the Blu-ray because I
could be wrong.
It could be on Netflix. I just looked on Prime, and you had to pay, and I was like, oh, I'll just get a Blu-ray. It's cheap. Got it off eBay for like £3. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, might as well.
Have you watched the Annabelle films? I mean, we sort of briefly touched on that earlier. I mean, I still haven't seen the third one, but I didn't like one, but I quite like two. Have you seen those, Rob?
I've not. No, I'll probably have. I'll recall watching them.
Yeah.
The thing is, I like to do a collab with people where I might hate the film, but people that love it and really have two different views on it.
Yeah.
I'm very 80s. I love Chucky. I love like Doll Man, and all these really weird shit films from back in the day. So with the Annabelle and stuff, I struggle with like horror films that are like 12 certificate. Not that certificate matters, because I think Woman in Black was a 12. And that was one of the scariest films I've seen in a long time. I just think, as you said before, it's just too many. Well, I'm getting confused. You get confused with the order. Is it 4 or 5? So,
I was going to say the order's bizarre as well, like all of them in general. But the Annabelle films themselves go in a weird order. The second one's first, then it's the first one, then it's the third one. It's like I don't know, too much.
There's a box set. There's a box set. It's not got one of them in.
Yeah, it hasn't got the Curse of La Llorona in. I think I'm saying that right. That one's not in it.
Just say it. The Curse of I Macarena.
Yeah, that's what. Do you know what? The film might have done better if it was called that.
So these three guys will just go going, "Ay Macarena."
Yeah. I love it.
They've almost become like American Pie presents films, haven't they? It should be present so and so because they're going to keep. There will be straight to video. See, Paranormal Activity got to a point where there was. I think the Mark one was the weakest one, but then they got to a point where they should have stopped, and they did stop. Do you know what I mean? Just keep like the Purge. Just keep making them, and they're getting worse and worse and worse.
That's one of my the Forever Purge. We'll be going to see that because I love the Purge series, but that is the last one as well at the moment.
Good. I've not fond of any of the Purge films.
Do you know?
I haven't seen them.
Oh, I love the Purge films. It's just, I go, well, what can I do? Oh, I don't know. I just love them. Even though they're crap, like you get the crap 80s and all that. But I just love the Purge movies and all that.
That's why everyone's different. Everyone's taste in films.
I managed to finish my collection today after speaking of what you were saying there because of Lovely Scott Tobin. I managed to get. And now got all the paranormal activities back in the collection.
Oh, very nice. I have yet to watch any of them.
So I'm going to binge them soon. So yes. So if you're watching this,
look how great they look on them shelves with them two lovely white boxes in between.
No, what's the point?
It doesn't bother me that much, but it's just consistency. Like when you get label certification, then there's one up here.
Right, that kind of stuff bothers me so much.
James, did you see what I finally bought on Saturday?
Yes, I did. You bought Birds of Prey.
I did. Purely because it was $3.99.
Oh, $3.99
from the
that was a good
Foundation.
Deal, but not as good a deal as this was.
Yeah. Was that? Did you? I did see.
£30.
Oh, 30. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Harry, if you can get that one for 30 quid.
What Rob does is, after this, Rob's got a tent and he goes and camps outside cash converters. And he's got a list of things that he wants, like a shopping list, and he just waits and he goes in and goes, "What's in your bag there? Have you got Indiana Jones 4K? Yeah." And he's like, David Dickinson's Real Deal with a big table. Yeah. I'll give you 30 to that. And then that's how he gets all these deals, man.
Do you know what? I'd be there as well, to be fair, if you get the Indiana Jones 30 quid.
I'll put the notes on bits of string, so when they've got it, I'll just pull it back.
Awful dodger.
Oh. Right, next one. With Band of Brothers being the best TV show based around World War II, what is the best film depicting World War II, other than Saving Private Ryan?
Platoon. Oh no, it's Vietnam, dickhead.
This is the problem. So I'm not saying anything because I'll say, well, it's not even around World War II. So I'm just going to say nothing beats Private Ryan.
No, I agree. Private Ryan's probably my favorite, but my favourite war film.
My favourite war film is Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, but again, it's Vietnam, though, isn't it?
See,
the 800, which I watched recently, because that's kind of pre-World War II, because that's why we didn't. I don't know. Fury would be in there, I suppose.
That's a good one. Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Hacksaw Ridge. I've got it. I enjoyed it, but I don't think it's as good as people say it is. No, I enjoy not as good as people say. No, people obviously think it's good, which is great, but I don't think, from my point of view, it's that good. But I enjoy it, and I'd watch it again, and I own it. But I don't think it's that good.
See, I think my favorite film based during the Second World War, other than Saving Private Ryan, probably be Inglourious Bastards. But I don't know if you count that because obviously
it's fictionalized.
It's not historically correct at all. So,
The Longest Day is not too bad with all the major stars. I've forgotten his name now. Oh, John Wayne and all that. How did I forget John Wayne's name? Jesus.
Empire of the Sun, that was pretty good. War Horse, that's another one that I quite enjoyed.
I've never seen either of those.
Oh, they're both Spielbergs. They're really good. Both of them.
War Horse just sounds like something I would say if I owned a horse. That's War Horse. So obviously being a Geordie, War Horse means mine. So War Horse. Yeah. Can I say War Horse? Well, where's your horse then? No, it's over there. No, War Horse. Yeah. You own a horse. So yeah, it gets confusing here. Yeah.
Oh no, but it's a good film to be fair if you haven't seen that.
Yeah,
one.
you're right. With regards to World War II, I mean, just looking through, I don't know, because the thing is, with Private Ryan came out, that was basically it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say Fury, the 800.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I'd go for. Actually, no. Sorry.
That's right.
Letters from Hiroshima and Flags of Our Fathers.
I haven't seen
the two Clint Eastwood back-to-back ones. And I prefer Letters from Hiroshima to Flags of Our Fathers, but they're very good, both of them.
Okay. I haven't even heard of them, so.
They're kind of like when they do something, but it's like, I don't know what they call it, but it's like it's not back-to-back, but you got Flags of Our Fathers, which is about the Guantanamo Bay and the canal and how they all attacked Guantanamo Bay, which is depicted in the Pacific, the TV show. So
filmed simultaneously, but from different angles.
Yeah, so it's the American. It's basically, remember that famous picture of the Americans lifting up the flag and there's all them, the big statue in Washington and all that. So it's basically the origin story of that and how those guys then got brought home and then gone on a tour to try and get bonds and then it's their flashbacks of being in war and all their friends dying. And then you got Letters from Hiroshima, which is about the Japanese who are actually on Hiroshima and from their perspective of the Americans invading it. So you got, but the actors are different for each one. But it's kind of like, so it's, so if you want to watch two good back-to-back American, well, obviously the second one's it's subtitled, but there you go. I always knew there was another one, but yes, there you go.
Oh, nice. I'll have to check them out, to be fair. They sound
very good. They are good. Plus, it's Eastwood directing, you kind of got wrong there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's very good director as well as actor. Who do you think should play the Ghost Rider in the MCU? I think Keanu Reeves. See, people wanted Keanu Reeves for Moon Knight, didn't they? But I didn't think he was a good enough actor for Moon Knight, so I'm really pleased they actually went with Oscar Isaacs. But I don't really know him. I don't really know much about Ghost Rider, to be fair.
We were actually discussing this last night on the stream, weren't we, Rob? Or was it before you came on?
No, I think it should just make them. It hasn't got to be someone known. Just make it a nobody. People are throwing around the guy from Sons of Anarchy. It's supposed to be Mortal Kombat.
Johnny Hunnam. Yeah, it's Johnny Cage. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because I didn't know, because he was in the MCU when that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was considered part of it, and he was a bit of an unknown. The guy who played him in that, I thought he was all right.
He's a Terminator guy. He was a Terminator guy from Dark Fate.
Yeah, I thought he was all right. Yeah. So, I can agree with that, just unknown. I like Keanu Reeves, but I don't think he's an amazing actor, so when people keep trying to get him in Marvel, I'm like, I don't really care if he's in Marvel or not, to be honest.
He's on a bit of a roll, isn't he, with Wick and then come back to The Matrix and Bill and Ted. You know?
Yeah. Bringing back films from back in the day, though, isn't he? You see him in Cyberpunk, you'll change your mind.
Yeah. They've got a very there's like a very retro thing going on at the minute, like bringing back a lot of these older films, which I quite like.
As long as the films are good.
Yeah, that's a good point. Did you like the Inbetweeners movies or TV series? I mean, I sort of was at school when the TV shows were coming out, so I'd sort of had no choice but to like them.
The TV show is better than the movies. I don't mind the movies, but the TV shows far surpass the everything else.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
First movie better than the second one, definitely.
I agree with that as well. Yeah, we went to, funny enough, we went to Malia, me and my mates. We sort of, after that movie, we're like, we'll go Malia. They didn't even film it, man.
The first film when they go and find Neil, and he's got his hand, he's going like this, and he goes, "Give us a hand, lad, it's a two-man job here." I'm thinking,
I just remember, was it the shit on the floor or something? I just remember that bit, that killed me.
Just when he's got his hand, just awesome.
And he wasn't even an actor, was he? I don't think the guy that played Neil ever acted in his life. I don't think he was an actor, and they got him off the street.
I know. I think you're right. Funny enough, the one who played Simon, I don't think he'd done much acting before because his mum used to work with my mum, and he'd occasionally go to my mum's office and stuff. Like when they were filming the first season, it was just because I think the one who plays Jay had a regular job, and after they finished filming the first season, he went back to his regular job before it come out and sort of blew up. Because I don't think any of them thought it was going to do well. But
he's got his own gaming channel and everything now, hasn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Completed it, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's married. Was it a page 3 model as well? He's not done too bad, has he?
No. Well, the others
on Cameo as well. Get him for like £100 to say hello on your channel.
Yeah. Jake's here. Hello, Jake.
Hello,
have you seen Marksman with Liam Neeson? I haven't even heard of this film.
Yes. No. I start again. I have it on US iTunes, but I have not watched it yet. It's basically, I believe, is
Taken. All these films are taken, aren't they?
Yeah, well, kind of. So Liam Neeson is an old kind of sniper kind of person, and he lives near a border, the Mexico-American border, I believe, or something around there. And this family are trying to escape, and he helps them escape from these drugs. And then the guys go after them, and he's obviously got a sniper to. That's basically, he brings them in, and he protects them from these drug barons. I think I could be wrong.
I think I've lost all interest in Liam Neeson because every film to me is just a Taken ripoff. It's rescuing some. They all feel the same.
The last 3 or 4 for me haven't been too interesting. I liked a few around Taken, like Non-Stop was good, and then A Walk Among the Tombstones I liked as well. But the last few, haven't done much for me.
I still haven't watched Cold Pursuit because I think I started watching it. I'm like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, and then I just turned it off.
Yeah, I didn't care for Cold Pursuit much.
But yeah, I'll watch it. I'll give it a go. I've got that. What's the other one he did as well? The Marksman, and there was another. Honest Thief, isn't it? I haven't watched it because he did that as well.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that one either. See, it's all the later ones. I think I'm the same actually. I've just sort of fallen out of love with those sort of films a bit, getting a bit too repetitive.
Have you seen Darkman?
No, I haven't seen that one.
You need to
watch that.
James.
He's quality in that film. A superhero.
Oh, is that like an old?
Yeah, there's a trilogy. Third one's not the best, but I don't know if it's not DC. It's a comic book movie, but it's really good.
Where is it? I've got it. Where is it?
Oh, is there Blu-ray releases of it?
Oh yeah.
There's a box set for free. HMV do it. It's a really good, 2 really good films and a third one.
Oh, nice.
The second one's not the best.
I do like a good Liam Neeson film, to be fair. I like a lot of his old.
Why can I not find it? Because
I stole it.
But if you find it, did you steal it? Did you take it when you were here? Oh, I've no idea where it is.
It's about £22 in HMV, but it's a free film kind of digipack. But they're really good films.
I will actually
annoy me now.
Next time I'm in there, I reckon. I'm going to predict Rob's answer for this next question. Will you get Mortal Kombat 2021? I bet Rob's not getting it.
Well, there's a bit of a story behind that. I've actually bought it for him, and then he's paid me back. So we and him, we've pre-ordered the Steelbook already off Amazon. So I'm getting them both delivered to me, and then I'm sending it off to him.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Is that like an exclusive one on there then?
Yeah, it's. I think Scorpion's face in the back, on the front, and I don't know what's on the back. I can't remember.
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero on the back. Yeah, it's not the best of art because I wanted the one which like the half and half.
So the worst thing is though, his unboxing will be before mine because he'll get it first. but I've got some new Mortal Kombat figures turning up around about the same time, so mine will be better.
That's what I did though. With regards to this bad boy here, as soon as that, right, I'll tell you a story. You're gonna like this. So. Yeah. I don't think I told you it's already done, Rob. So I'm on the phone at work. I look out the window. Now I know that obviously this is coming. I also know that Scott's sending me Paranormal and me new Ghostbusters license plate as well. So the guy at Amazon comes and I go to my team leader. I'm like, I'm just gonna go because Amazon guy's here. She's like, yeah, no problem. So I go down there and I get opened up and I'm like, oh, that's Paranormal Activities. But then I've just had a ping off my watch to say that Godzilla's been ordered. Can you hear all those birds outside?
Yeah, I can actually, yeah.
So anyway, so I went back and I went, oh, is this it? And he's like, oh no, you've got this as well. And then he gave me the Actor 1 plate. I'm like, well, that can't. So when I came back in the house and he's still outside, I'm like, I said to my team, I've got to go back out. So I'm back out and I knocked on his window and I opened it, and he said, open the door. And I went, yeah. He goes, this is supposed to be for Godzilla versus Kong, and this is Godzilla versus Kong. And he goes, oh, no, this is the one I got. I said, no. He goes, let me just check. And it was actually on his floor, but it's at Amazon. I had put one of the yellow stickers over the actual number, so he didn't know who it was actually for. So I had to peel it off. So luckily, I got it. So as soon as I got it, as we all know as YouTubers, I was like, boom, get in the house. Team leader, how's you on? Yeah, fine, thanks. See you later, bye. Boom, straight over there, everything set up. Do the unboxing, straight there. And that's how I've got like quite a few
2 views.
So. Yeah, 2 views. Yeah, it was the daughter and I think the wife have watched it. So yeah.
Yep. I must admit, I was very excited to get home and find Godzilla versus Kong here.
The funniest thing is, though, I'm excited that I've got it now in 4K, proper digital, but I probably won't watch it in about 3 months' time.
Oh no, I think I'm going to try and watch it tonight. To be fair, again,
I'm going to watch it tonight.
I really enjoy that film. It's a good time.
I've got Sherlock 2 to finish off, so I won't be watching it for me.
Oh, that's a good movie. There's a couple of people have turned up here. Playtendo Guy and Mr. Jason Brett.
Oh, why is it you, Rob, and Jason are like bad smell that follow me around? I'm carrying you two. Do you know what I mean?
You could have carried me, mate.
That's true.
What's your opinion on the Ring collection? I mean, I've got it. I was very kindly sent it, but I haven't watched it yet. But I hear they're absolutely terrifying.
I've seen them a long, and I mean, like, must have been late 90s when they first came out. I've seen them. But you're right. I got exactly same. One of the guys in Big Polly's group, when Zavi did that price glitch, where it knocked it down to like 11 quid or something, and he bought 2. And then he just, and I said, oh, if you get 2, I'll have one. And he sent it to me for face value with a bit of postage. So I got it for like 12, 13 quid. But I had rich because it came out as like a purple box set with like, as they did with the magazine on a booklet inside it. And I had that, but then I sold it. But for 11 quid for a trilogy, I'm not going to argue with that.
Good. I prefer The Grudge. I think The Grudge is a better series than The Ring.
I'm surprised they haven't had a Blu-ray release for them yet.
Yeah, they should. I think they will do.
Yeah, it's funny because I was talking to Jason last week about those Critter films that you guys like, because I've never seen them and I'm quite curious to watch them. I'm really surprised Arrow haven't put them out. That seems perfect for Arrow.
No, Rob's like, oh, just to my left, I have.
This is the Shout Factory one, but the Screen Factory side. This is region locks. You can get these Spanish imports that will work. And then obviously you've got the terrible 5th film.
Okay.
Critters Attack, and the TV show that you can't get.
Okay, yeah.
That's a Bounty exclusive.
You've never seen Critters at all?
I honestly didn't know it existed till you done that huge video where you had a load of other YouTubers. I'd never heard of Critters before then.
I'll send you the digital first one because talking about collabs, I want to do a video of people that like it, people that have not seen it, people have not seen it since they was a kid. To have 3 different takes on this film because I think it's a better series than Gremlins. Although Gremlins made more money, why did they stop Gremlins on the 2nd film, but continually made Critters? So they've got a fan basis to continue make them, but stop the 2 Gremlins.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point. It is weird that they stopped Gremlins. Actually, thinking about it, I don't know why they did stop making them.
Yeah, to be fair, everything that you said earlier was getting rebooted. I'm surprised they have not had a Gremlins reboot.
I don't know how they do Gremlins because I'd be scared that they're going to just CGI the hell out of them. It's like it won't have.
That's what they are doing, aren't they? They are doing, aren't they? Doing a CGI. What's it called? A Mogwai prequel film they're doing. That's it. Doing a prequel film.
Oh, fair enough. I don't know if I'll bother with that. Do you like Braveheart? I still have yet to see Braveheart.
Yeah,
what?
Great film. Amazing film.
Yeah. To be honest, my mate, when I used to live at home, my best mate who lived around the corner, he watched Braveheart because he was Scottish, as if it was like a national anthem. He used to watch it religiously because he was like, even though he wasn't born in Scotland, but all his family from Glasgow, and he was born in the northeast like me. But he was like, he is predominantly, and he classes himself as being Scottish. He sports Celtic. He always says he's Scottish, but he watched Braveheart, my God, like it was going out of fashion.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody did like a biopic of St. George or, you know, like the Churchill thing, he's watch it, but it is a very good film. But
I've
obviously the
seen
sequel
Braveheart,
is
but I've
not.
not seen Gladiator. I've not seen Gladiator.
Yeah, fucking
That
no.
was the...
I don't know. I do need to watch Braveheart, especially I actually do own it. That's the worst thing. I hate it when I own a movie and I haven't seen it. So I do need to watch it.
Well, let me show you which ones I own, which I haven't seen. All of these.
I've seen most of my movies that are on like my normal wall. My collection wall where I've got my Arrows, Criterions, Premiums. Because I've been collecting them recently. There's a few there that I haven't seen, which I need to jump on.
Well, James sent me a Never-Ending Story out of nowhere. I didn't even know he sent it to me. I think he must love the film so much. He just bought loads of copies. He just randomly just send them out to people. And he messaged me the other day. He goes like, "Have you watched it yet?" I'm like, "No, you only gave it to me the other day." Christ, James, I have to be in the mood to watch a film that how can I put this? I'm not interested in, but I will give it a go. Yeah. So I have to be in the mood.
You'll like it. It's a good film. It's a feel-good film. And E.T.'s in that film.
Yes, he is.
Oh, fair enough.
Scottish E.T.
Yep.
Have you seen the original King Kong versus Godzilla in 1963?
Yeah. It's balls, isn't it?
I kind of liked it. It kind of cracks me up. I can't lie.
I don't think I like the Godzilla films. I like them from the late 80s. I watched the first two, the black and white ones, and I weren't the biggest fan. But I like what I think from Mothra onwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like a lot of the early ones, and I like a lot of the later show era ones. There's a middle bit where they're on like the islands where there's loads of monsters and Son of Godzilla's there. That stuff wasn't really
yeah.
I didn't. As soon as Son of Godzilla started talking, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?" But
doesn't good? If I remember rightly, doesn't Ghidorah talk?
The others sort of communicate in speech bubbles in one movie, and it's like, what the hell is this? They made some weird decisions in some of those movies.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be visiting them.
No, there's some good ones there. There are some good ones.
I did phone Jason earlier just to tell him I thought the original film was shit.
Did you watch Leprechaun? Is that 1993? I haven't seen it.
Well, Warwick Davis, he done. I think there's about 6, and they've done like Leprechaun in the Hood with like some rappers in it. And I think a wrestler, one of the dwarf wrestlers, done a remake of it. I think a few years ago that wasn't very good. And there was again rumored back in the day to do a Chucky versus Leprechaun.
Oh.
And it never come to position. But Jennifer Aniston's first film was Leprechaun.
Oh, was it? Oh, fair enough. Well, that's interesting.
I always get Leprechaun confused with Troll.
Troll was the ring. They tried a ring and would inject you and turn you into little trolls.
Yeah, because I watched that when I was a kid, and it scared the shit out of me. And I didn't watch the rest of it. This is like my dad was like, "What do you want from the video shop?" I'm like, "Oh, Leprechaun, Dad," and he said, "Yeah," and I put it on. And I was like, "Oh," I was scared. Yeah, I think it's opening
and the main kid.
And he comes in with the ring and he injects him, and the guy's like this, and all his body starts bubbling up and exploding. And I think, so yeah, I need to rewatch that and go, this is the film.
And the main kid is called Harry Potter. Harry Potter is the main kid in that film. His name is Harry Potter.
Surely they didn't copyright that. I mean,
Troll. Yeah, they wouldn't obviously, but Troll come first, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
To be fair though, Harry Potter's done well since the Troll movies, hasn't he?
Yeah,
I think they've done well. Yeah, that's succeeded. Yeah,
spin-off movies.
Troll spin-off Harry Potter. I've defeated the troll. I'm going to now become a wizard.
Yeah.
Flipendo.
Which movie do you think is worse, Spider-Man 3 or X-Men: The Last Stand?
Last Stand, easy.
X-Men.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. What?
That's honestly one of the only things I remember about that movie. It was, I don't know what I think. Oh no, I do remember really bad de-aged Patrick Stewart That was
plastic, wasn't he? That?
Yeah, he literally, yeah.
It was Vinnie Jones as Juggernaut just reminded me of is it Hammerhead, who was a He-Man figure?
Yeah, Ram Man.
He was like
Ram Man.
Ram Man, that's it. It was a bounty.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like that, and that's what I conjured out of my head. So yeah.
But did any of you know about Juggernaut being in Deadpool? Because I didn't, and I only know Juggernaut. I know Juggernaut from the comics and from Last Stand. But when he appeared out the car in, I was like, oh my god, that is fucking Juggernaut. Do you know what I mean?
They aced him in that one. I thought he was really good. Ryan Reynolds voiced him as well, didn't he? I think.
Did he? I'm not sure, but
yeah, I think it's Ryan. I think he voiced him. But yeah, no, he was awesome in that. I thought actually. I wonder if they'll bring him into the MCU.
Well, he's still alive in the Deadpool, isn't he?
I suppose, yeah, he is. Oh, wait,
he gets electrocuted at the end, and if you look at the corner, he gets out from the pool. You see him getting out.
Oh, does he?
In the corner, yeah.
Oh, dear,
I need to rewatch Deadpool too. I haven't seen that since the cinema. Like I said, these are the films I have not seen.
Oh, it was always on Sky after it came out. I think I must have watched it like 10 times when it was on Sky. Mr. Blu-ray Bullet Brit is here.
He's doing a complete refurb.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Jeez, I don't envy him. So that will be a lot of work, I can imagine.
Oh yeah.
I keep phoning him up saying, "You don't need that pile. Send me that pile. You got no room for that. So send that my way."
I love it. What is the funniest film you've seen?
Probably first time watch of Dumb and Dumber. That toilet scene, to me, I've never watched a movie where I've been in tears laughing so much. When he's just like trying to get it out the window. He's like, "You right in there?" Just that toilet scene just had me in hysterics. And probably the first Inbetweeners movie.
See, the first time I saw any really outrageous film, it was Step Brothers, probably. Yeah. Outrageous to a certain extent. And I just did that. The first time I watched that, I died laughing. But since then, I've seen films that I think are funnier. I love the Edgar Wright humor, like Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead. Some of the one-lines, like, "There's a girl in the garden," just kills me. But
I think for me would be like "See No Evil, Hear No Evil." Any Gene Wilder stuff done me in, Blazing Saddles. You know, it's just
crazy.
Comedy gold. He didn't have to do anything; just look at the camera, and he's laughing. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Young Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they don't make very good comedies these days anymore, really, do they?
It seems like it's the dying genre at the minute.
Like you can do a funny TV show,
romantic comedies now, Nick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't have like a Dumb and Dumber. Me, myself, and Irene. Oh, I love that scene when he wakes up and he goes for a piss and he goes everywhere and he goes, "Did we have sex last night?" And she's like, "Yeah." He's just like,
"This is for you."
Yeah, it was just
pissing up the wall.
Yeah, brilliant. You haven't seen that one, James, haven't you?
No, I haven't seen that one.
I've just ruined it for you then, sorry.
It's all right. I'll forget by the time I watch it.
That's good.
I'm going to skip over a few questions here because we're a bit behind as per normal, but we can catch up a bit. Have you seen A Quiet Place Part 2 yet?
Yep. Awesome.
Think we all liked it?
I think it's one of the only films which nails a sequel, prequel at the same time.
Yeah. I would like to see a spin-off, actually. I'd really like to see a spin-off on it. I think it's in the...
There's rumours, isn't there? There's rumours. And someone said last night about Michael Bay, didn't they? Michael Bay is rumoured to direct.
And I said it was going to be called A Not So Quiet Place with all the explosions.
Yeah. See, I'd like to have, like, you know, obviously with the I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it, but the thing that happens at the start involving the meteor, I'd say that. I'd like to see, like, the impact of that, what happens there. You could have like a military crew or something. I think that could be quite fun.
Yeah, because you could have had the first one, and you could see like a background to what happened when it landed. Did they know it was coming? Scientists.
Yeah.
And then you can see Cillian Murphy's family go off and saying that'll be one like plot, and then you'll see John Krasinski's family, and then that'll be two plots, and it'll end with them settling into the farm place, and it'll just go straight in. No, it could end with them going to get. Only goes, "Oh, we need to go to the shops to get groceries or a pharmacy," and that's where the first film would end. Well, you know, the third or prequel would end, and then that will go into that.
I'd be well game for that. Just any more John Krasinski, the better for me. I'd be up for seeing his character again.
I find the film very close to stuff like Bird Box and Stranger Things. And the creatures are very, very intertwined, I think. They're very similar.
The Bird Box came out afterwards, though.
Well, did you watch the show Primeval that aired on ITV?
I think Primeval was brilliant.
They reminded me of the Future Predators from that. That's what they reminded me of, the way they looked. Very similar. But, yeah. I love Quiet Place. Those films are so cool, I think. I really enjoy them.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy the second
one. Do you guys like Rambo?
Yep, but the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like 5. What's one just called Rambo? Is that 4?
4. Yeah.
Guys on the back of the gun, just blasting the guy in the back of the back of the.
Yeah, isn't it done in
like 4.
South America or something? Isn't it Uganda? Not Uganda. So yeah, it just kind of.
I think that's one. I think that's the best one.
I like 1, 2, and 4. 3 was too stupid for me. 5 was
a cash cow.
Yeah, I really hate 5 though. 5's my least favorite.
The original script for 5 was going to be his daughter gets kidnapped and he's fighting some sort of like predator hybrid in the woods. It was so random. The original plot. It probably would have been better, but he needs to know when to stop. He shouldn't be doing. He's doing Demolition Man now. He's doing Demolition Man 2, and doing another Rocky. He should stop doing these roles.
He's doing another because I know he's not going to be in Creed 3. Was he just doing another Rocky instead?
Oh, I heard they was doing another one.
It's not just a remaster of the 4th one that's getting released.
The director's cut 4 they're doing, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think with Rocky, it's like because it's gone on to Creed. It actually is. It's
brilliant.
I love it. Yeah, I think they've done a great job there. For them to go do another Rocky, I think that's a mistake.
Yeah.
They should kill Stallone's character off. They should kill him off. Kill Rocky off in a Creed film.
Yeah. I think he should probably go in one of them. I'm a little bit worried that they might do it off screen because he's not going to be in the 3rd one. I think it'd be a real shame if they do it off screen.
True. You could just die of COVID. There you go.
Yeah.
Or they get Drago back again, don't they, from Creed 2, and Drago is the one that finishes him.
That would be interesting. I bought The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker on Blu-ray today, so now I have the Skywalker Saga.
Oh, well. At least he's got one good film in there.
Yeah. No, there's none there.
I just feel, I think Disney Marvel humour the Disney humour in Marvel films work. It doesn't work in Star Wars. Like the whole Poe Dameron and Hux talking about the mums. As soon as that bit happened in the cinema, it's the only time I ever want to talk about the film. I was like, this is ridiculous.
They try to put Marvel humour in everything nowadays, and to be honest, it doesn't work. I don't think I've seen it work in anything outside of Marvel. It fits Marvel so well, and the writers there do a brilliant job putting it in at the right times and stuff, but it really doesn't work in other franchises, especially Star Wars.
No.
Because the humour in Star Wars is very minimal, so you know when it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
But there's things to like in them films. There is things to like in them films, but that's not good. No, I can't watch the Rise of Skywalker thing. I like bits in that film. I should like the whole film, not bits of it.
I mean, I like the Pogs. I think that's it. What's the best thing of Last Jedi? Pogs. But with regards to Skywalker, my favourite, I think he's now my 3rd favourite character, is a Babu Frick, the little guy who does C3. I love that little character. So good. I love that little character.
I was quite happy when he blew up on that planet and then he'd come back at the end.
It's the whole Chewbacca thing. When he went, you're thinking, fuck, they've killed him off. Within 1 second of him dying, he come back in the next scene. It's like, you need to have that spaced out a bit.
I still remember I honestly nearly pissed myself when Hux turned around. He was like, I'm the spy. I was like, I nearly pissed myself with that bit.
Yeah, that was Well, at the very end, they had to give Chewie the medal at the end. Just
it's so
fan service, but it wasn't really needed.
No, there's too much fan service in that one for me. I don't know. The whole sequel trilogy is kind of tainted for me because I did like The Force Awakens a lot, and I didn't mind The Last Jedi. I know that we differ on that one, but I thought it was at least a competently made movie. I could respect that aspect of it. But now I don't even want to stick up for it anymore because the last one ruined it for me. I don't even want to talk about The Force Awakens anymore. It's like, let's just talk about the original 6.
The original 3.
Oh, no. I'm a prequel boy. I grew up with them.
But I think with you, James, I think when we first met, we had a bit of disagreement with Star Wars. Me saying, because I was older, I was there back in the day, I know more about Star Wars than you, which is not the case at all, because you've got such a knowledge of the books and the history and the lore.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it makes sense that the stuff that they do wrong, it shouldn't have been done because again, they've got so much to do.
Yeah.
They've got the Clone Wars stuff. They got rid of the Clone Wars as a canon, and that was amazing.
I think the thing with it is like there's like the whole thing with like the original fans and stuff. It's like the experience of seeing the originals is unlike anything else. Something that I'll never have. But I love the lore of Star Wars as a whole, and I think the prequels done well at building on it, whereas the sequels just tore it down.
I like Revenge of the Sith. You know, people, I know you. I think it's Revenge of the Sith is a very, very good film, and people hate that film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Things when Lucas back in the day he never had a plan. He didn't have a plan to make 9. Of course he didn't. He didn't have a plan to 9 films.
No. I think he had an idea about the prequels, but I think he wanted to just get to the bit where Anakin turned. So episode 1 and 2 were, you know, I can see the flaws in them. I can see I like them because I grew up with them, but I can see why people don't like them.
It gets everywhere. Oh. They've got a tremendous soundtrack. Even when they come out, when they come out on Geonosis and in the little chariots, and the music kicks in, you see that it's amazing. Yeah, you know what I mean? But on 4K, it looks rubbish.
Yeah. Well, John Williams was on fire with those prequels. Best soundtracks for Star Wars in the prequels, in my opinion, without doubt.
The last time I was in a packed cinema was them 3 films. The prequels for fully sold out.
The last time I was in a packed cinema was for It, the remake.
Okay.
I can't remember. Oh, do you know what? Probably because I went opening day. I do remember, weirdly, Iron Man 3, full up, not a single seat left.
Nice Christmas movie.
Yeah, exactly. Christmas. That's all what people want at Christmas. Iron Man.
Exactly.
Top 3 action movie stars. I mean, I kind of just
Cruise.
Yeah, I was thinking Cruise. Yeah.
Who
I do want to say Stallone. I know he's not a great actor, but his action movies are awesome.
You got to have Arnie in there. Arnie.
Yeah. See, I would have said Arnie, but then it's going to go through different generations because you could have Ryan Reynolds in there, but is he more comedy action? You know, it's
Bruce Willis.
You don't really get like the straight action guys anymore, I suppose, do you? Because I think these actors today, they tend to try and diverse themselves a bit more with their genres.
Daniel Craig, maybe potentially.
Yeah. See, he's not a great actor, but I almost feel a bit bad.
We're looking at action. This is action, though, isn't it? Because obviously he doesn't need to do anything other than shoot people and jump off things.
The Rock is very entertaining, I think, in his films.
Yeah.
Not half of them are shit, but
I hate The Rock. Just so mediocre. The person, I think he's awesome.
Yeah,
the actor is awful.
This is it. I like John. I think John Cena is fun in all of his films.
Yeah,
because you watch the Blockers. Blockers is one of the funniest films I've seen. I love Blockers and Bumblebee. You know, it's like. They're called Decepticons. Of course, they're bad. Yeah, Decepticons. You know, it's hilarious.
So he walks up to a door. He's like, "There's a door in my way." I'm like, "What the hell?"
What about Jason Statham? Would you class him as an action movie?
Oh yeah, he's good. I like Jason Statham. Definitely.
You can act from a Meg comic, act from a shark. That happened.
Have you watched Wrath of Man yet?
Wrath of Man.
No, I've got it to watch. That's the Guy Ritchie one, isn't it?
Yeah.
That came out of blue, didn't it? Completely out of blue.
But when I watched it, it's how can I put you? When you're watching it, it doesn't seem like a Guy Ritchie movie.
Mm-hmm.
Nor did Aladdin. Did it? Aladdin didn't either.
No, true. But you know, with Robin Hood, he kind of it wasn't that good, but you know, you knew it was a Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoyed that I saw David Beckham in it, and I went,
Is that a remake, the Robin Hood? I thought that was all right. I just think that got slagged off.
Do you mean
No, I'm thinking of King Arthur. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
With
it was all right.
I
Yeah.
didn't mind it. I didn't mind. The only Guy Ritchie film I watched I didn't like was one called Revolver, which also had Jason Statham in. I didn't like that movie.
It's got what's the name?
Vegas?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I blocked it from my mind. I didn't like
the guy that played Doctor Doom from Fan Four Sticks in, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's the main druggy guy.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I don't really remember much of it because I watched it, really didn't like it, and it's because I watched all of Guy Ritchie's movies after The Gentleman, so I loved that film. It's the only one I didn't like.
I haven't seen all of them. I haven't seen Aladdin. I haven't seen.
You did like Cake? Like Cake?
No, that was the producer of Thingy Vaughan, wasn't it? The guy who's married to Claudia Schiffer. I've forgotten his name. The producer whose best mates on Lock Stock did Layer Cake. Matthew Vaughan. There you go, Matthew Vaughan.
That was a good movie, to be fair. I enjoyed that.
But yeah, Wrath of Man, definitely recommend it. But it's not a Guy Ritchie movie, even though he directed it, if you know what I mean. If you watch it, you'll go, I don't want poor man. It's not as quick editing and Courtney guys as you kind of expect it to be. Like, I'm surrounded by two, so I better be careful.
To be fair, I do look forward to watching it. It's number one on my list of films to watch at the minute.
Isn't it due for a cinema release as well, isn't it? Or is it coming streaming?
I think it's soon.
Oh, I might just wait for cinema then, to be fair.
It's coming out cinema.
Yeah, I'd like to watch it on the big screen because I really love The Gentleman, so I am very excited to see another Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah, The Gentleman for me is a Guy Ritchie film.
Oh,
Lock,
yeah.
Stock, Snatch is a Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah. Goes right back to them.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes.
Colin Farrell is his best. Colin Farrell is best in that film.
Yeah.
This is fun.
So good. I love it. I like Hugh Grant in it as well. Some of the things he was coming out with.
Well, that's a different role for Hugh Grant as well, isn't it? Which is quite good.
I've never seen him do anything like that. I mean, Hugh Grant will always be the man from Love Actually doing that funny dance, but I've never seen him do
I think watching The Gentleman was the first time I heard Charlie Hunnam possibly using his proper accent as well.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is it kind of like me?
Yeah. I love that movie. That's such a good film.
Everybody knows that Charlie Hunnam was in Biker Grove. You do know that, don't you?
No one cares.
Well, please just said it.
That's my upbringing. That don't diss Biker Grove.
Favorite movie franchise? People know mine. Star Wars.
Probably. I do like Star Wars. Is it my favorite? I don't know. I don't really have a favorite franchise because I like the Purge movies, but I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of the franchise. I would probably say if we can eliminate
Alien for, isn't it?
Alien, Halloween, the franchise I really like.
I bought the box set of Halloween the other day. Jason told me about it.
Not that German one.
Italian.
Yeah, Italian. I wanted that as well. Fuck's sake.
It's missing two films, isn't it? It's missing two films.
Yeah, H2O and Resurrection.
Yeah,
it's nice. It's nice.
I saw the first Halloween years ago and I can't remember it. I've only seen that and then the last one, which I didn't actually like much. So I'm really excited to actually dig back into
Whoa. You didn't like 2018's Halloween?
No.
Right. Rob, this is the last time we're coming on his stream, right? Make a mental note.
I'm sorry.
It's a very inconsistent series, to be honest.
Yeah.
The first one's good. The third one was nothing to do with the series. And then they go weird. And then the newest one was a sequel to one. It's like
I've heard that the new one ignored everything other than the first one.
Yeah, which are doing. We found out they're doing with Candyman as well.
Oh, are they? Oh, I got the only Candyman I've got the Arrow one. Which I was going to watch before the new one. Is this the one that it's connected?
Yeah. So we found out last night that the new one is a sequel to that, and not there was. I think there was Farewell to the Flesh. There was a few sequels to that. This is a direct sequel to that one.
Okay. I'm looking forward. I bought that specifically just so I had an idea on, because I don't know much about Candyman, so I need to watch that.
I still haven't finished it. I mean, it's one of those films I've always wanted to watch that people understand.
It's a detective film, isn't it? It's a detective film. It's very different to stuff like Hellraisers and your Halloweens.
Yeah, I would say detective. It's more of a investigative journalist, isn't it?
Well, yeah, pretty much.
I didn't mean to be pedantic, I'm just
that is a detective. Thanks. I'll speak to you later.
Please have words with me. I can't wait.
This is quite interesting. What films do you think are overrated? For me, I'd say Avatar. Weirdly, I was watching Avatar last night because I saw the trailer to that new Avatar game, and I was like, I kind of want to revisit that world now. But
yeah, I'd probably go on with Avatar. When I went to see that, I dragged the missus from where we are. It was a snowy day, New Year's Day. I drove all the way up to the Metro Centre, watched Avatar on the IMAX in 3D. The 3D, my God, was amazing. But we both came out and we both went, and the missus doesn't like films. We both went, if the film was as good as it looked, it would be awesome. But it's not. It's like a remake of Pocahontas. That's how I felt it was.
Or Ferngully. Ferngully.
Yeah.
I think it was overrated when it came out because everyone was like, oh my God, this film's amazing. I think now people have sort of accepted it's not a great movie. It was just sort of unique because of how it looked, and it was the first 3D film. So I don't know if I'd say it's overrated anymore. I think people have actually sort of calmed down a bit with the Avatar love.
I think with Avatar, we're too late for the other ones. I think we know Avatar was the first one to do this awesome 3D. Yeah. They need to do something new with the other ones. If they just release it as, we might go 3D. 3D's kind of phasing out a bit now, I feel.
Yeah.
So what's it going to bring to the table? Because I've lost interest in Avatar because it's been so long.
Yeah. I think this game is perfect for Avatar because exploring the world is all I want to do. I don't need another film. I don't need another story. I like a game where I can just run around the planet.
They did a game.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I heard
it's all right.
Oh, is it all right?
When it come out, it was like so revolutionary what it could do, but no one bought it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's quite a big open world. It's not bad.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys have a film though that you'd say is overrated then?
Yes.
Don't say Midsummer.
No.
Can I say a series that I think are overrated?
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
But you haven't seen Harry Potter.
Yeah. Well, that's the first one.
You've got to watch it to say it's overrated.
I don't know. I'm just trying to get you more views because this guy's come on and he says Harry Potter's not very good. He'll get more views for your channel, James.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go for it. I'll let you go.
That's right. 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, I like that film a lot, actually.
Went to see that at the cinema. Came out and I was just like, oh, well, that's a bit different. Watched it again. Enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I own it. Don't get me wrong, because I've got the whole Cloverfield trilogy. But to me, it's not as good as people say it is. I know people really love it. I mean, my favourite Cloverfield is the first one. That's it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it only was a first film. The second film weren't going to be Cloverfield films, and they attached bits to tie into the universe. That's why Cloverfield 2 is coming out. It's not Cloverfield 4. There was Paradox as well, I think, coming out.
Yeah, that one was
the origin in theory of how the thing arrived on.
Yeah, that's how because it's like a whole Paradox universe now, isn't it? I think that's the idea, and that one was meant to explain it somewhat, but
which it didn't.
I've got an overrated film that everyone liked. I think everyone liked. I hated was Pacific Rim 2.
Oh no! Don't worry, I hated that film.
That film is shit.
It is garbage. It is. It's such a headache in the cinema. Such a headache.
It turns to like Power Rangers near the end, where the robots are coming to life with ooze or whatever. So Pacific Rim Uprising is complete shit.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. See, one film I always say is overrated, and I get shit for it because I think people think I dislike it. I don't dislike it. I do like this film, but when people were saying it's like the best film of the year, and they were saying it deserved Best Picture, I was like, no.
For
me, Joker. I thought Joker got overrated quite a bit. I liked it. I walked out like that was a good film, but then when it blew up, I was like, okay, guys, calm down.
See, I think that way about Dark Knight. I think that about Dark Knight, but that's not in it sounds really horrible for me because of what happened to Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Did more people see the film because of that? Because of him passing?
I think so. Yeah.
So for me,
John Lennon's music's more popular now because he got killed, didn't he?
Well, didn't he get album of the year when he got assassinated? His Double Fantasy, didn't that get album of the year? I think.
I'm sure there's somebody said like, best way to get your music heard is to die.
Yeah, go out.
Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. How big are all that stuff now?
Yeah, they'll win you.
Yeah, it's
imagine how many subs I'd get if I died on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh dear. Yeah.
I do like Dark Knight. I like Dark Knight, but I believe a lot of it. It's the same as like when The Crow came out. The Crow's a very good film, but when obviously Brendan Lee died on set, it's a cult classic. You know, I always say it's about cult classics. Not all cult classics are good. Well, do they become a cult classic because they're old, or because there's so many people love them? Because some cult films are shit.
Yeah,
I've got a good one for a film that's overrated. So I'll say this, and I'm going to drop the bomb, and I'm not going to leave because everyone's going to hate me.
I say Passion of Christ or something.
The Goonies. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like that film.
Why is it overrated though? What's overrated about it?
Well, I think a lot of people say it is a bona fide classic, and it's really, really good, and it is. I enjoy it, and a lot of people say, "Oh, the Goonies." Oh, obviously not in a kind of sexual way. But obviously we had this discussion last night. For me, the quintessential teen movie for me was the Monster Squad in that era. And when Goonies come out, everyone's like, "Oh, there's a 4K limited edition. I've got to get that. It's Goonies. Oh, it's Goonies. Oh, Never Say Die. Oh, do the Truffle Shuffle and all this kind of stuff." And I just think, for the film that it is, although it's a classic, it's enjoyable. I think it's a bit like Friends, the TV show. I think that's well overrated. You know, it's not as good as everybody says as it is.
But you can say the same with Stand By Me. Say stuff like that. Stand By Me is one that's heavily regarded as a
exactly. Stand By
film.
Me, a bona fide classic, but I would say that's overrated. I don't think that's as good as everybody says it is.
But because of what happened with River Phoenix? You know what I mean? It's like there's so many things that could make it be a success that shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But Stand By Me, I bought it, watched it, and I went, oh, I was expecting a lot more from that with the kind of, build-up that I had of it.
Fantastic casting, I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've got, like, Wesley Crusher, isn't it? Is that right? From Star Trek Next Generation. Stand By Me is one film that I don't own, which is a classic. I do own the Goonies, because I don't mind it. Stand By Me won't be in my collection. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? That's another 2 subscribers I've just lost. Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
But look at both films. Stand By Me and Goonies. They're very similar. They're both like roadie films, aren't they? The kids going on a mission. Same as Monster Squad.
That's why I didn't think I'd like Stranger Things, because I don't like kids together kind of movies, which is why I'm not a big fan of Super 8.
You'd rather have them on their own then?
I'll give E.T. a ring and we'll be with Michael Jackson and we'll have a party. Who's that? Yeah, I've got Rolf Harris here. Who's that? Oh, Jimmy said, "Oh, what a party we're going to have!"
Oh, not a party I'd want to go to. I don't think that.
Quickly move on, James. Quickly move on.
I was going to say, you guys okay to go to a quarter past, and then we'll call it.
Fine. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, I'm going to keep skipping through comments here because as we're wrapping up, but Jamie is here, or was here, and he said, "What's the next big film for you all?" But we sort of already answered that one.
Afterlife.
I'm curious. I'm still a bit curious to Space Jam. I love the original. So the new trailer, second trailer about a week ago. I'm looking forward to that.
Do you know what? The trailer for that I thought was really good. I thought it was really well done. I'm hoping the CGI we get, the CGI characters isn't the last 5 minutes of the film. So yeah, same. I'm a bit worried it might be. I'll be happy if it's just like the second half of the movie, like the last hour or so. I'll be fine with that.
With regards to new films coming out, I think 2 which are going to slip under the radar is going to be the new M. Night Shyamalan one, set on the beach. Is it
good?
Old, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Fantastic
new Neil Blomkamp one. Have you seen the trailer for the new Neil Blomkamp one as well? Is it called? What's it called? It's about. Well, it's hard to describe what it's about, but it looks all right. It's kind of like a horror kind of one. But I've forgotten what the name of it. I was trying to be just kind of. I used to be on top of all the trailers, but I hadn't seen this one, and someone posted it, and it looked quite good. Like a futuristic kind of possessor, kind of going back and using your mind, but it's about religion.
Okay.
It's got devils, and yeah. I've forgotten what the name of it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't seen the trailer for that one, but old look good, definitely. Really like the look of that one.
Definitely. There you
go. Do you like Hellboy 2019? Does anyone like that film here?
No,
I don't like any of the Hellboy movies.
Oh, I used to like the first two.
Two's the better one.
Oh. I can't remember which one I liked more out of the first two. I thought they were sort of equal, to be fair.
Two had more creatures in it. Two was more Pan's Labyrinth-y.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, but
new one shit.
I didn't like the new one, although I must say David Harbour was actually a very good cast for Hellboy. He didn't have anything to work with.
Oh, he had the body for it, didn't he? Like the build and everything.
Yeah.
It's the other guy that turned into a tiger or something. A tiger, I can't remember. I don't remember that film.
No, it was pretty crap. This is interesting. Titanic is awesome. I'd say it's interesting because I actually got this today. I got A Night to Remember, which
1923. No, it's not. It's 1923.
7, really early spawn. Oh, was that what you said?
No, I said was it 1923? It was made.
Oh, I thought you said is it 23? Is in that spine? 1958. This one.
Oh, I'm close. It's only 30 years off.
So close.
I watched this for the first time last week, and I had to get it because it was so good. But I didn't realize how much Titanic actually copied some bits, like word for word.
Yeah.
Like when Mr. Andrews is in the, he's in the dining room with the clock and stuff, and the people run past him say, "Oh, Mr. Andrews, aren't you even going to try it?" It's like word for word, identical.
Yeah, I mean Titanic for me, and to sound controversial again, I think is more of a ladies' film.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's more romance. I did go to see it twice at the cinema. Second time I took my granddad to see it. I only own it 3D for the missus because she enjoys it. But it wouldn't be a film if it came out in 4K. I'd be like, first day purchase or anything like that. No, it's had its time, and I think it's It's kind of like a Pretty Woman of the new next generation, I think, for women. And Dirty Dancing.
It's a film that's always there. Never needs a remake. It's just there. Watch it, enjoy it. Won't rewatch it anytime soon. That makes sense.
No, I enjoy it. It's a good film. It is a very, very good film, but not something I would. Yeah. I'd like to see them do it, but without the romance.
Yeah, it's weird. When I was a kid, I used to actually have this weird obsession with the Titanic. I used to watch so many documentaries. I had so many books on it. I used to love it. So I used to really like the film as a kid, but I think the romance stuff has just not aged well at all. I think it's really cringy now. But as soon as it hits the iceberg, like the sets that they built, the model of the ship, it looks incredible. That film, I think.
Oh yeah,
really
the live action stuff they did for that is amazing. But obviously Cameron's known that because he nearly died on the set of The Abyss, so I'm sure he knows exactly how to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, is it an awesome film? Yes, it is. But it's not something that I'd.
Yeah.
Watch again.
Yeah. This is quite an interesting question. This one here. If you could reboot a movie, what would it be?
See, reboot, remake. They did reboot. Obviously, keep the story, but obviously, what do you say?
We need a really good touchwood reboot of Fantastic Four.
Yes,
I know there is one coming out, but I want it to be good.
Do we? I don't think we need to. I think we need to just have that as a... See, Marvel, for me, they get... Like Loki. Loki's fantastic. Mm-hmm. That you need to... Fantastic Four might work better as a series.
No, I probably agree with that.
Film.
Yeah.
So...
I think I have faith in Marvel. They very rarely let me down. I think we will get a good Fantastic Four film in the next couple of years.
I would like to see an R-rated
reboot.
Go on, Rob. Sorry.
Mine's Critters. Critters, because obviously people don't talk about Critters, and I wouldn't mind. I know we've had a few of them. A reboot of Men in Black.
Yeah. Yeah.
With today's special effects.
Mm-hmm. That would be good because the International sucked.
It sucked, yeah. So did 3. So it's,
I mean, I don't know what I'd have. I sort of thought Tremors, but I do love the original, so I wouldn't want to take anything away from that. But I've only seen the second one of the sequels, but I didn't like it. So
I would like to see what they would do if not, because I don't want them to reboot it or remake it, but I would like to see a new and really good R-rated version of The Lost Boys. See what they could do with that.
Yeah, I still need
and
to
basically go. This is nothing. Basically go. This is nothing to do with that one. That is a classic. We don't want to touch that. But this is our interpretation of the movie. You know,
it's too soon though. I believe, like with stuff like, I think zombies are completely overdone there. You know, when and same as vampires. I think when Twilight, vampires and zombies are done too much. Let them lie for a bit and then bring them back.
So I know this isn't movies; it's a TV series, but because we mentioned it earlier, Primeval. Netflix picked Primeval up, put a budget behind it. What an incredible show that could be!
Yeah.
I did like the reboot of, like you said, TV show. I did like the reboot of Lost in Space because I was a massive fan of that. The original Irwin one back in, well, obviously not back in the 60s because I was born in the 60s, but when that was on Channel 4 or whatever, like Land of the Giant. Don't start laughing. I'm not old, Rob. I enjoyed that. So I enjoyed the movie, even though it's awful. So when they did a reboot of the TV show as a more modern and less campy approach, it's really good. And as soon as the first series came out, I binged it. Second series, I binged it in about 3 days. I love that TV show. But again, reboot anything, I don't know. They've got to stop rebooting. To be fair, it's
just no imagination nowadays, no originality. The films they should never reboot. Like I'm not Back to the Future. Die Hard. These films that should just be left. Don't reboot classics.
Yeah. That's the problem. I think nowadays they're getting so dry on ideas that we're going to see reboots of everything. I mean, look at Disney in a minute, all their live actions. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of them were good. I enjoyed Jungle Book, and the Cruella prequel thing that's just come out was good. But like Lion King, there was no soul in that movie. That was the most bland thing I've ever watched.
But Cruella is a fantastic film. Cruella's a good film, but is it a remake or is it a Cruella film, really? It's more like...
Yeah, it is its own thing, I guess. It's a bit like the Maleficent movie, I suppose.
Making bad characters
make Cruella 2 and 3 and 4 before it even hits 101 Dalmatians, couldn't they? They could really stretch that out.
Well, I think they've already confirmed a sequel, haven't they? Or that it's definitely been greenlit and it's in the works. Whether or not it'll see the light of day is another thing, but...
Go back to Overrated. I thoroughly enjoyed Cruella, but I would not say it's that good a movie. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10 if I was going to rate it. Maybe just 7.75. But everyone's like, people that we speak
like
to.
Devil Wear Prada kind of film, isn't it? It's like it's good for what it does, but it's not a Disney film. It's not linked to the Dalmatians are in it, but it's very loosely based. On the character, which is fine.
I mean, it was enjoyable. It was great. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it because I love Disney films that don't have fucking music in them, which is great. But I thought Mary Poppins Returns was better than Cruella, and I'm not just because I got Emily Blunt in it, and I really like Emily Blunt, but it had the feeling. I do always remember going to the cinema with my mate. I'm like, we can see this really hardcore, horrible horror film, or we can watch Mary Poppins Returns. Me and my mate went, Mary Poppins Returns, and we went and saw that.
Which is full of songs.
Which is full of songs, but it's Mary Poppins.
See, I can't lie. I am a big sucker for a Disney film with loads of good music in. I really am.
I've got the soundtracks in the car, but that's mainly to the wife. I drive to work with Hakuna Matata on and Mulan soundtrack.
Oh, see, I thought Disney do like this collectible vinyl series, all picture discs. I've got them all. They're great. That's why I think I loved Moana so much, because the songs were so good in that for me.
Oh, yep. I've got the Moana soundtrack because of my kids on repeat.
I love. It's better than the Frozen one at least. It's not as annoying as the Frozen one.
I think I wouldn't say, because I know you love Moana. Moana is a much better film than Frozen. But for me, other than The Lion King and Pinocchio, Pinocchio was like my childhood growing up. And then Basil the Great Mouse Detective again was my childhood growing up. Black Cauldron. But I think of late, the best Disney film I've seen is probably Raya and the Last Dragon. I really enjoyed that film because I think it was had a story to it. It was more mythical. It was more had dragons in it. Didn't it? It wasn't a musical. And I did choke up at the end. Not because the wife poisoned me or anything, but I did actually get upset. But I was going to buy it on 4K, but I think I realized, it's actually on Disney Plus in 4K. I don't need to. So
yeah,
I prefer Disney. So I like Disney to go to their roots. Disney songs, Pixar no songs. I like a good Disney song.
Yeah,
and I love them all.
Yeah, I think my favourites of recent. I really did like Raya. The only ones I didn't really like of recent were Frozen and Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yeah, that's a terrible film.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that one. Moana is obviously my favourite, but I really like Tangled as well. I know it's like a very girly one.
I don't mind Tangled. I like what's the fucking comedian's name? Pascal, is it?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
Pascal, he's on my desk.
Yeah, that was just a gas. By the way, I didn't really know it was called Pascal. I'm just but there have been some good ones that I enjoy and I sit down and watch. But for me, Raya, I don't know. I think with Disney, with the films that come out, certain Disney movies hit a chord with everybody.
Yeah.
Lion King for me, it could be Aladdin for somebody else. It could be Mulan. It could
Hercules
be
for me.
Hercules. Yeah, you see, for me, it's the Lion King. It's I remember going to the cinema and crying my eyes out when Mufasa died. I mean, my mum was upset. But this was obviously back in. This isn't recent. This was back in when it came out. I was like, but yeah, the thing is with Disney, it is a generational thing. Everyone has different tastes in it.
I think it's all about the ones that you grew up on. For me, Lion King, Jungle Book, Pinocchio, they're the ones, and Peter Pan. They're the ones I grew up on. Them four will always be in my top 5 at least. So then you get the new ones that come out where you get one that sort of takes you by surprise, a bit like Moana for me. That one was really got me. So, but yeah, no, Disney are great for the most part. It's funny because I've got all these collectible slips, and it's like I've watched nearly all of them. There's only about 3 or 4 I'd say I genuinely just don't like.
I don't think Pocahontas gets as enough love as it should.
No, that's a good one. I like Pocahontas.
Yeah.
That needs to get more. Oh, it was it? Haven't they renamed that Avatar?
Robin Hood as well.
Robin Hood,
yeah. We'll do one more question to end on, shall we? I thought this one could be quite interesting. Any films that we're waiting to get put to 4K that haven't yet?
It's Abyss, isn't it?
Yeah,
Abyss True Lies.
I don't know because there's nothing. I wouldn't mind seeing Taxi Driver have a 4K. I know it's obviously.
I would like to see a 4K of Aliens.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
and Alien 3, but not Resurrection.
No, I think they should finish what they've done with the 4Ks and do all of the Alien films.
Yeah.
For me, I'd love to get. They'll probably do all 5, but I'd just love to get the original trilogy of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Because I still think that Davy Jones is the best CGI villain ever, and I want to see him in 4K.
And the problem is, if you're watching in 4K, you'll be like, yeah, that's really CGI. I don't really want it.
I don't know. I think his CGI holds up surprisingly really well, Davy Jones.
Yeah, but I mean, 4K. Probably. I mean, what films have I got here? Which is like, you could go through loads, couldn't you? Like artificial intelligence. I'd like to have that in 4K. Yeah.
I do think Aliens is a really good shout. Apparently, that's happening this year, but.
See, I thought they weren't going to do it. I thought, but then they should. It's ridiculous. There's so much money there.
Yeah, it's one of the most beloved films.
Memento.
Yeah.
Memento and the Monster Squad. Yeah,
they're good picks. Yeah, it's interesting, really. Some films that haven't got 4K releases yet. There's some of the films that have had 4K releases. It's
like for example, Hitman's Bodyguard that I mentioned earlier on. That's got a 4K release, but then the Abyss doesn't. I know it's different, obviously, companies and everything, but they look at the Emoji Movie has a 4K release. Why the fuck has that got a 4K release?
It's like I only bought this because I love Godzilla, but this film got a 4K release.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the point in that? But yeah, it is a bit surprising, I must say.
Yeah. But yeah, they need.
So aliens,
everything.
Yeah, I'm game for Aliens. I can agree on
Director's
that one.
cut as well.
Yep.
With a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, so you can hear them when they're coming on the ceiling.
Yeah, that is a good pick, definitely. But and then Pirates, please, Disney. What's weird as well is you can stream them in 4K. Like if you get I think they're on Disney Plus in 4K. I'm really shocked they haven't done maybe it's because of all the Johnny Depp controversy at the minute.
Possibly. I mean, Dog Soldiers is getting a second sight release on Blu-ray. I don't know if they're doing it 4K as well, but it's on iTunes 4K now. I bought it for like $4.99 and like before Christmas, so I've already got that. But I want the physical copy of Dog Soldiers. You know,
yeah.
It's an amazing.
If anybody's watching this and hasn't seen Dog Soldiers, that's my recommendation for the evening. Give it a watch because it's fucking awesome.
To John Pertwee, it's the best. Sean Pertwee.
Not John Pertwee, he's dead. Sean Pertwee.
yeah. I wasn't going. Yeah.
I just love it. And he's like, knock his out. And he said, knock his out, not touch his up. Because he's got this, he gets slashed.
Have you seen that, James?
Well, it's because the only thing I've seen Sean Pertwee in was Gotham.
It's a werewolf film, Dog Soldiers.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't mind watching that, to be fair.
It's very good.
Descent?
No.
All right, it's the same director. And the same director is, what's the other one? Doomsday, is it?
It's practical effects werewolf, so it's not CGI. It's people in suits, and they look quality.
Yeah, I prefer that kind of stuff.
There's a bit at the end, really, it's not like, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a bit of teeth grinding in there towards the end, and that goes, it's talking a board and nailed. Every time I watch that at the end, I'm just like, oh, I can't do that. But yeah, I highly recommend you watch Dog Soldiers, even if you just get it on DVD just to watch it. It's so good because it'll be like £2 now, if that.
Yeah, no, I'll put that on the list to be fair. That sounds quite good.
So if anybody's watching this and wants to buy James Dog Soldiers, please do so because it is a freaking awesome movie.
No, I actually probably will check it out. It sounds like straight up my street to be fair. Because I just watched.
Good quality.
And it's British.
Oh, is it? I just watched American Werewolf in London, sounding somewhat similar to that, I guess. I mean, with like the practical effects, maybe.
I would say it's not as good. American Werewolf's got one of the best. It has got the best werewolf transformation in any film I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, they even put it on the cover of the Arrow Blu-ray.
But stay away from Paris. The second one shit.
Do you even know the premise of Dog Soldiers and James?
No, not really. No, I don't know.
British guys who have got to go on a training mission up in Scotland. Just when they've got like not fake guns, but like blanks and everything, just to kind of try and find another camp. And they get to the other camp, and it's just been ripped to shreds. And then they get attacked by werewolves. They then track down this woman, and they go to a cottage and the hole up there with all the werewolves attacking it, and they've got to basically survive the night until obviously the full moon goes down. But obviously there's a twist within it as well, and then you get Sean Pertwee's guts hanging out, which is great.
No, not that.
and still being alive.
Yeah,
and still being alive. Yeah,
so super putting it back together.
Yeah, but it's really, really entertaining film, and you've got everyone's local dialect in it as well. I mean, there's a Geordie in there. There's, it's just really good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Oh no! To be fair, I will add that to the list. It sounds like my type of film. Sounds like a good time.
So, Dog Soldiers and Darkman add to your list.
Yeah,
both details.
I'm always getting film recommendations, but I do go and watch them. I do. I'll hunt them down somewhere on the internet.
I would like to see you do a review on your channel of Dog Soldiers. I think that would appeal to me and Rob. And that sounds weird. Sorry, we'd like to see a review of it to see what you think.
I'm going to put it down in my notes so I remember that one, and I'll make sure I do it.
I don't know when the second side's actual release date is.
Hasn't it got one of Robson and Jerome in it?
Yeah, no. Jerome.
Yeah, it has.
Has it? No, it doesn't. It's got
sure.
Sick Boy from Trainspotting as the lead role. Not Sick Boy. The one who whose kid it was.
Brennan.
No, who whose child died. No, man.
Oh, I mean, yeah, the blonde one.
Oh, yeah.
Scottish guy. Obviously, it's a train spot. Yes, he's the main character in it. I've forgotten the character's name now, though.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Well, I'll put it on my notes, so I will remember that one. I'll be sure to try and watch that one over the next couple of weeks.
Do it. I'm gonna text you every day. Oh, you watch Doug Soul, is it? Doug Soul, is it?
No, I'll try and do it this week.
Okay.
And my entertainment for tonight, we're putting this on.
Yeah,
just sitting next to waiting for us to put it on.
I think I might join you on that one. To be fair, well, I think I'll let you head off and watch it there. I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank you for
Thanks
coming.
for letting me crash.
No, it was a pleasure. He crashed the last
Technically,
one.
he didn't let you crash, Rob, did he? You just crashed anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, but I'm pleased you did it. Get back on Paul. But no, seriously, thank you both for coming on. It's been a blast.
Welcome. Yeah, I
Anytime.
always like going on there at Brace the Show, so it's nice to come back as well. Like you said, I was on first and I crashed in. Whose was it that I crashed in on?
Movie Worms. Jordan's.
It was Jordan's, that was it. Yeah. But I did ask, though. I said, would you like me to join? I didn't just, but you know, with me and him, we're kind of more like, not that one, but we're like basically attached to the penis. So, you know, wherever he goes, I go.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's honestly, it's been a pleasure having you both here. It's been great.
You're welcome. Yeah. Well, thanks for having us. And everybody's watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night. And the Spain Sweden's game's on. So
Maybe you're going to watch Kong tonight.
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to watch Kong.
There's a link in the description, by the way, everyone, and to people who are watching on playback to Paul's channel, and I'm going to add one to Rob's as well.
I don't bother with Rob. He's just a second. You know, it's just an afterthought. Let's be honest.
I'm a third leg.
Yeah.
Swinging there.
Yeah.
No, I'll go out his chat. I'll do it. But guys, thank you all for coming by. Everyone who's watched, it's been a pleasure as always. Guys, thanks for coming on. We'll have to do it again soon.
Definitely, man.
See you real soon.
Yeah. See you real soon.
I'll see everyone later. Bye bye.